Okay, from this next point, we're going to work on our facial shapes. Um, so first thing we want to do with the face is we know our eyeballs are going to be 100% to the eyeball joint. So what we want to do is go to, we'll scroll down and just look through here. And actually we want, so actually I'm going to hit Q and then go to the eyeball, select all the faces, and if you go and hit Control F9, that'll convert to verts. And so with those vertices selected, and then we'll go back to our Paint Skin Weights tool and we're going to look for the left eyeball, and we will go and just paint that to 100%. So flood that, and we'll just stay at the 0 frame and do a mirror. And so we should be able to go to the right eyeball, and yeah, that did not work. So that is not, oh, I think I know why, I think. So, okay, so with those verts selected, we don't want to, I'm going to unselect those and then just say vertex and go to Paint Weights, Skin Tool, and just go to left eyeball and just make sure that that's set, and then hit Control and then deselect that and then select that mirror and then try and go to the faces of that and Control F9. We'll select verts, Paint Weights, Skin Tool, and so we will go and look the right eyeball. Interesting. That mirror did not work. So I want to actually unpaint anything to the eyeball here. So I'm going to actually go to a value of 0 and just select this out. So Paint Weights, Skin Tool, and make sure that I'm on the right eyeball. And so at 100%, so I'm just going to paint this out, because I don't want this on any of this through here. Alright, so just making sure, so I'm just going to bring that brush size down. Just make sure I hit these here. So I'm just making sure that I don't go in and select anything on the eye. So that looks right. Alright. So now if we select our eyeball, okay, so if we go to our graph editor and turn on our facial controls, so we select these eyes, controllers, and if we rotate, alright, so I'm just going to go to object rotation, so here, and just go. Okay, I might have to change those so they're both on the same, because this one looks like it's flipped. No, that's right. So rotate, and actually go to rotate options, and reset, and then go back. So the eyeballs don't seem to be So if I rotate in positive and negative, this one, so negative to positive, so they are flipped. And so I just want to actually fix those rotations. So actually let's finish with the skin weighting and then we can fix that stuff. Alright, so if we just look through here, so I'm going to actually control save. Okay, this next section we're going to work on painting the weights for the brows, and so we just want to make sure on our paint skin weights tool that we go, and if you right click on the joint you can actually say select influence, which does a great job at doing that. So actually if we select, let's see, so let's say lock inverse selection, which will lock everything except for the brow 1, and brow 2 we want to unlock, so brow 1, 2, and 3. And so with 1 selected, we will go and do a add at 100%, and so I'm actually just going to go and I'm just adding straight to the brow. Okay, and then for 2 I will go and just add 100% currently to both of those, and here. So I want to make sure that I get those underverts as well. And so I want to do that also over here. I also want to unlock the head joint as well. So now that I'm painting directly on the brow, this should take any of that extra that we're putting and send it over to directly to the brow, since the other ones I believe are going to the head. So we just want to make sure that we, as we add the 100% to the brow, that it's actually just taking from the actual head joint as well. So now we should be able to see that that's at 100%, which is good. Okay, and then brow 3, we just want to make sure that these are 100%, and then just make sure we're coming to those underneath joints as well. And then I'm going to remove anything going to here, because I don't want much of any of that. So from here I will add and go to a 0.12, and I'm just adding just a little bit here, just so once that section right there goes up, you get a little bit of motion, or a little bit of squishiness to the actual face shape. Okay, so from here, and then we'll go over to up brow 2, and so that's grabbing from that area, which is good. I do want to add, say, 0.1 to here, so just lightly go through here, and so I'm just adding a little bit more to the middle. Okay, and so with left brow 1, we do want a little influence right here, so I'm going to just add just a touch here. So just make sure I'm getting those underneath joints. So smooth would probably do the same thing, but I'm just going to add, and then so I'm going to left brow 3 and doing the same thing, just to smooth this area out just a little bit. Oops. like so. Okay, so left brow 1, just going to take a look at that. That looks okay. I don't think that we want so much, well, this is going to be really slight, so that should be okay. And so here, if I just go and select that, so I hit Q just to go back to my selection tool, and then I'll usually just click off just so I can see, and then I can actually go back to selecting. So now that I select that brow, I get that shape coming up the way that I want it. So one thing that I've noticed here is that I didn't get that under the very back of these verts, and so to fix that, there's a copy and a paste vert weight. So if you actually select the vertex, so that vertex, and then I'm actually going to copy. So if you go copy vertex weights, and then I'm going to hit 4 just to look underneath, and I want to actually select this under this vert right here and say paste, and then this one I probably want this weight right here. Whoops. And so if I go to my custom and actually go to all these, this CVW and PVW is pasting weight, copy and pasting weights, which is right here at copy skin, copy vertex weights, and paste vertex weights. Okay, so that's all that shelf button is doing. So if you see me doing that, that's all I'm doing. So I'm just copying that weight and then going to the under vert, which is that one, and just paste. So it's going to be the closest to that one. Okay. So actually if I hit 5, so I want this vert, I'm going to copy, hit 4, and then do a paste right here. And this top one I'll grab, copy, and paste this vert right here. And then grab the middle one, copy, and grab this vert and paste. And then hit 5, and so I want this vert, and I'll look underneath here and grab this guy and this guy and just do a paste. Looks good. So I'll probably get this vert right here, so copy, and look where the connection is right here, and paste. Do a copy on this one. Look for the underlying vert and paste, and here copy this guy and select this one and paste, and then we'll go 5 just to look, and that looks decent. So go back to 6, and so I'm hitting Q, F8 twice, and then back to here. I'm just kind of looking to see how that brow is reacting. So with that, I'm just go to this, and actually going to close this tab and just go to 0. Alright, then to these objects I will just select these just to kind of see how that shape is actually deforming. So I was trying to get, looking how that shape I'm getting. Not too bad. So I can get that shape down there. May have to, if I get to any facial animation or whatever, usually can go in and soften and smooth. So with that, if we go back to our mesh and actually say back to the paint skin weights tool, and with the that one actually selected, so if you say reveal selected, it should actually, this little button right here, okay, then this is invert selection, so this would select everything except for that. So this one is just reveal selected, and invert selected. So with this one selected, we actually want to go down to and unlock the right brows. Okay, so I'm unlocking right brow 01, 2, and 3, and I'm going to see if this will, if this mirror will actually happen the right way I would like it to. First things first is I'm going to Control S and just get a save on that, and then I will do a mirror and we'll go and take a look. So I'm just going to right click on the right, and it looks like it did. It looks like it did a pretty good job. Sweet. So then here, just do a check on that, and it looks, yep, so if I select these both, all right. So it looks like what I did was when I did I believe on my mirror joints, I might have had behavior and not orientation. Actually, behavior is right. That should be correct. So, all right, so if I select these two, if I set this to world, it should be right. All right. So yeah, I want to animate these right at the world. So this one as well, if I go both world, that looks right. All right. So I think that's probably what my eyeballs were doing as well. So if I go and I rotate on the world, that should, whoops. So if I select that one, then that one, and rotate. Okay. Now I have to see what's going on here. So that vert, those verts, I want to double check and see what that paint weights is doing. And so I want to go to the right eyeball. And so select that influence. So this is all going to the right lower eyelid and not where I actually want it to go. So I want to select the right eyeball and say lock inverse selection and unlock selected. So that should have, so everything should be unlocked, or everything should be locked except for the right eyeball. And so then I should be able to go to replace and value of 1 and flood that, which is exactly what I want to do. And then from the actual, I want to unlock the head joint. So unlock that and go, I'm still on my right eyeball, and I want to replace back to 0 and paint this out. So paint that down to 0. Okay, so just go to Q, paint skin weights, and what am I getting a weird, so I don't, oh, because my verts are selected there. So I actually want to, let's see, deselect those vertices, paint skin weights, and I still have my right eyeball selected. And now I want to paint a 0 on all these, because I don't want that being assigned to any of this, so I'm just going to paint these out, and paint this out, and paint this out, as well as this. So none of that I want going to, so with the eyeball, so where is this? Gonna unlock all this right stuff, just because there's some weight going to the eyeball that I don't want. So just unpainting that. So I want all these going all to the right eyeball. So here, going to select the verts here and go to Paint Weights tool and select that, and so this is where I want all that going at 100%, so I'm going to flood that, and then going to lock actually, so that should be good to go on that right eyeball. Okay, so from here I will unlock inverse selection, so everything is unlocked, and say Q, and just gonna double check. So brows are still good, eyeballs should be good. So if I go to here, rotate from the world, okay, the eyeballs are working properly. Alright, so I'll just Control S to save.